What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's up, people? What's going on? It's boy Gunner. Boy Tony G back at y'all again with another one. Black Ops Bang Dog TV. You know, the first and original order of business is and always is building leaders and creating kings operation by building national development over generations. I want to come to y'all real quick because it's been a while. I ain't came to talk to my folk for a little while. Been taking care of different things. Been, had friends and family members I had to help out. It's opportunities, business opportunities that I had to see to, that I was taking care of that for the most part, but something was on my heart. It was something on my heart. I talk to y'all about my daily downloads. I'm talking to family members, close family members of mine, and we having a deep conversation. Part of the conversation is about, we get geeky every once in a blue, so we start talking about life in general, how we see life. Life in and of itself, like, is life exactly what we see it to be? What do we know, what we see, even down to God? We get to going into God and what we see as God and how we reflect as God. Do we not see ourselves as gods? Now, I ain't talking about just as God in terms of a higher power as we know God today to be. We talking God. Do we know ourselves to be God? Or can we even think of ourselves as God on a smaller scale in terms of, are we gods to some of them smaller, what we would deem as more insignificant animals or creatures of the world that sees us as giants, the movers and shakers of their worlds? So we ain't getting ready to talk about that though, because that ain't what I got going on. What I'm talking to y'all about today is what we got into, and what it brought me to was we got to really get rid of people in our lives that don't mean us no good. We got to get rid of them folk, trash them ASAP. Trash them motherfuckers ASAP. You ain't got you don't have no use for them. They don't have no use for you. Y'all are really draining each other. We got to get rid of them. And I know you say, Gunner, well, I do that easy. I get rid of folks easy. Sometimes we get rid of folks. We think we get rid of folks by not dealing with them because we don't like them, because we don't talk to them anymore. We feel like we get rid of them. We feel like we get rid of them. But if you still allow them to take part in the things that you got going on in your life, whether they physically are taking part or for whatever the reason they occupy space in your mind, you still ain't got away from them. Or guess what? You ain't get far enough away from them. We got to get away from these folk that don't mean us no good. We got to get away from these folk that, guess what, ain't pumping no life into us. They draining it. We got to get away from folks that, guess what, ain't giving us what we need, the fuel that we need in order to sustain us for a long-term grind, for the long-term hustle. You got to get rid of them. Trash them ASAP. They ain't no good to you. They ain't no good for you. It's garbage. They garbage. I know sometimes even our family members, our friends, our co-workers, our employees, our employers. These motherfuckers, some of them at some scale at one point or another, you got to balance and weigh and see that if it ain't working, if this ain't giving me good, if this ain't giving me if I can't see the good, if I'm not benefiting and reaping the benefits of the good seeding that we should be sowing, if I'm not reaping the benefits, then you got to sometimes, listen, one thing about agriculture, one thing about a farmer, they going to dig up, but they going to turn the ground over. My grandmother used to call it turning the ground over. They going to turn the ground over and plant a seed in that ground, expecting a harvest in due time. Now, sometimes that ground that they planted in, that ground is no longer what? That ground is no longer fertile. It's not producing. It's not producing. Do you re-dig that seed? No, you leave that exactly where it is. Fuck that seed, but what you do is relocate. You relocate to more fertile ground. You start to rebuild, restructure your whole situation on more fertile ground that gives you opportunity, that gives you better opportunity. And sometimes we got to look at these folks that we deal with on a regular basis as unfertile ground that we intentionally trying to plant seeds in, but it's not doing us no good. That we intentionally plant seeds in, but it's not reaping. We're not able to reap the benefits. We're not seeing the harvest. We got to relocate. Sometimes it's only a few steps away. Other times it's all way left or all way right. And we got to travel to get where we need to be, regardless of what we got to do. Regardless of what we got to do, the biggest thing is doing it. You got to look for that impact. If individuals around you is not making a positive impact, then those individuals ain't got no business being around you. I just said something. Get rid of that. Get rid of them. If you looking to make an impact, or you need individuals around you to make a positive impact in your life, and you're not getting that, get rid of them and don't feel bad about it. For do away with them. And don't feel bad about it. You can feel all you want to. I ain't going to tell you how to feel. But what I am going to tell you is, if you truly desire something greater, if you truly desire something greater from yourself, if you truly want something greater for yourself, if you truly want something greater for your family, if you truly want something greater out of life, you got to get rid of those individuals that ain't giving you greater. You got to get around those individuals that are what? Greater. You got to get rid of the individuals that aren't giving you greater, and you got to get around some individuals that are giving you what? Greatness. Put yourself around some folks that's great. Put you around some folks that really mean you. Put yourself around some folks that's going to tell you the truth. That's going to be honest behind the conversation that y'all having. I ain't talking about no whole bunch of yes men. Listen, you around a whole bunch of yes men, they ain't going to get you nowhere better than a yesteryear. I just said something. They ain't going to get you nowhere but a yesteryear. Meaning last year. Somewhere back. They going to keep you stagnant. They not going to have you pushing forward. The whole key to what we trying to do is push forward, ain't we? Gunna, they say, Gunna, you try to move forward. Gunna, why you ain't? Gunna, you different, bro. You ain't the same nigga you used to be. You ain't the same dude you used to be back in the day. Why? Why would I be that same person? First of all, ain't none of us the same person. And if you are, something sad and tragic about that. It's time to grow. It's time to elevate. And if I can't do it with you, then again, guess what? If I can't do it with you, then guess what? Yeah, I'm moving on. Game over. Control, Alt, Delete, I'm moving on. I'm past that. Now I'm saying it like it's easy. Shit, let me turn that around. I just said that as if to make it seem as if it's hard. It's really that easy. All it is to step aside. All it is to sidestep. Get the fuck from out of there. Point blank period. Get out of there. If they ain't doing you no good, if they don't mean you no well, if they ain't producing for you, if they're not beneficial, get from around them. Point blank period. You got family members that's out here doing all type of dirty things to one another, talking dirty, talking down, and you think maybe I'm still supposed to be around. I'm supposed to just accept. I'm supposed to turn the other cheek my ass. I don't know nothing about no cheeks. I'm walking on 2 feet. Forget a cheek. I'm walking on 2 feet. I'm 10 toes down. I got hands and everything that I need in order for me to succeed. God gave it to me. He gave it to me for a purpose. He gave me the tools to utilize them. A wise man told me once before, like in terms with regard to trades, you can do anything. You can do anything for any job and be successful at it, as long as you got the right tools. My God. As long as you got the right tools. When it comes to these trades, a lot of us are so successful not just because of our large knowledge of the jobs that we're required to do. Not just because our expanded or expounded knowledge of the jobs that we have in front of us. And oftentimes, it's our knowledge of the tools. How to get to the tools. How to utilize the tools. How to name the tools. How to prepare or get to those areas that we need to. The best tools for the jobs. Oftentimes we have tools. You can have tools, but sometimes certain tools is not for certain jobs. You understand what I'm saying? Certain tools is not for certain jobs. I'm not getting ready to screw. I'm not getting ready to hammer a screw. I'm not getting ready to drill a nail. You got to use the tool based on the situation, based on what's in front of you, based on what the job requires. But if you got the right tool, you know how to use it. You know how to get to it. You know how to move and maneuver. You know how to operate with that tool, and you respect the tool, because oftentimes those tools can be dangerous if not utilized properly. So you respect the tool, but you use it to your benefit. You use it to get the job done. And if the folks around you are not helping, are not willing to help you get that job done, you need to put them back in the tool shed. You need to put them back in the tool shed. Maybe they might need to be oiled up or something. They might need to be oiled up or something. They ain't working like they used to. They might need to be oiled up or something. They ain't working like they used to. I ain't really talk too much. I just want to leave that with y'all real quick. You know, Black Ops Bang Dog TV. We got some things in the making, right? I told y'all I've been working. We got some things in the making that's getting ready to come about. You know, I got a few good fellas that I've been working with, a few good men that I've been dealing with. That I feel like as long as I take advantage of the situation and I utilize the tools and I know and I learn how to use, I feel like it's gonna take me somewhere else. But we gonna see. I ain't gonna speak on it right now. Keep it hidden while it grow. But other than that, live strong or die weak. Do mad shit. Ain't no pressure. Ain't no pressure. Let that dog out.